Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to have a nice product review of Akan's paint range. Now Akan is a company based in Russia, and this company has made their own set of paints in Russia. So what we've got here is a Russian company doing Russian colours, and what makes this kind of paint range nice and unique is that they have these access to these archives of all the different kind of Russian colours, and they really match them up and make them quite accurate colours to match up with all your Russian modern jets, World War II, armoured vehicles, all those kind of things. But in saying that, they're not just accurately coloured Russian colours, but they also do Ukraine, USA, UK, you know, a load of other different colours, and they sound like them trying to match up all the colours. The paint range is about 382 paints altogether, so you know, a lot of paints going on here. Now, how much do they cost? Well, it kind of depends upon where you are in the world, because it's all down to availability. I mean, they cost from where is it? I'm looking at hobbycolours.com right now, and they cost about £1.84. So actually not a bad price. The problem is Hobby Colours is in Greece. And I think there's another place in the US that does them. Obviously Russia does them, but it does seem like they're not readily available really in the UK and in a few other places as well. So, you know, £1.84 plus whatever postage and packaging you're going to be paying, which will probably be quite a bit. I think I ended up paying like about £10 postage and packaging altogether for these, so it does bump the price up a bit. But as I say, you know, to have these accurately coloured Russian colours really is a nice bonus if you're doing anything Russian. So, I mean, let's have a look and let's see how the paints actually get on. And one colour I really want to sort of bring your attention to is our emerald green. Now emerald green is a nice cockpit interior colour for those modern Russian jets. Now it's really hard to, you know, match this colour up, but this one here by Akan has really got it spot on basically if you want to do that interior green. So after giving it a good shake, what we want to do, we want to use some thinners to actually thin this. Now when it comes down to thinners, I have already been using Genesis Models homebrew thinners. Nice video tutorial on this on the website. You know, go check that out, how to make this nice and cheap. So what we're going to do, I'm going to mix it with this first, and I'll kind of show you maybe what else other thinners it can mix with. So what I've found is, you know, the nice usual 50-50 mix, 50 thinners to our 50% paint. Right, we don't have to get out pipettes or anything, you know, just kind of, you get the feel for it of what a 50-50 mix is. Nice little paintbrush just to make sure it's all mixed up, all nice in there, like so, very nice. And then we simply can spray nice, you know, sort of like for acrylic paints, the usual about 20 psi. And what we're going to do, we're just going to do a nice bit of spraying. And to be totally and utterly honest with you, it does spray rather nice. Now there's no primer on here, by the way, but what I've found is this paint does seem to have a nice bit of coverage actually, and it does seem to spray out rather nice and fine and quite easy. After so long, it does seem to maybe sort of build up a little bit on our needle end here, so you might want to have, you know, a kitchen paper towel handy just to kind of wipe it a little bit. But apart from that, all good. I'm just cutting to air now just to quickly dry this off, and we're just going to put on a nice second coat here. hopefully as you can just see, nice second coat, and I think you'll see what I mean about having such a good coverage. I mean, I've put 2 coats on there, not heavy coats, and it is, you know, quite nicely got that covered up quite good, and this is such a spot on colour for those for emerald green inside those Russian jets. So, you know, overall spraying rather good. The next thing we want to quickly test out is, you know, how good is it at brush painting, and you know, I don't think it's brilliant to be honest. It does seem to be rather on the thin side, but I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I'd still stick with my Games Workshop when it comes down to painting, those Citadel paints. But it's not bad, which, you know, it's when it comes down to brush painting really in modelling, you might have scratched the model and you might need to do a touch up maybe with the brush paint, but I hardly ever do any brush painting unless it's Citadel. But you know, it's not bad. As I say, it's a little bit on the thin side, so you know, you can't sort of thin it down to the consistency you want, because if you thin it any more than it is, you know, it's not really going to paint that well. But you know, it's not bad at all. So that's not bad for the brushing side of things. Then we have a few more other things about this. Now, as I say, it costs about £1.84, but what you also have on these labels, it is 15 mils. So 15 mils is not bad actually. I mean, Tamiya paints are maybe about £1.60ish, but you only get 10 mils. I think extra acrylics are about £2, but you get 18 mils. So actually, it does seem not badly priced. Not only that, what you'll also notice is they've got the labels nicely here, in the sense that you've got it in English, and then you've got it in Russian as well. So you know, it doesn't kind of you end up having, well, not being able to read Russian or vice versa. You know, that's quite a nice touch there. Next little test I want to do here is just to see, you know, how it fares with other thinners, the main sort of thinners out there. We've got Vallejo's airbrush thinners, Tamiya's X20A and extra acrylic thinners here. Just gonna get a nice little blob of paint and just see how well it does. Now, this first little bit here, this first little drop of thinners just in this little palette bit here is our Vallejo. So let's just mix it in, right, and that just seems absolutely fine. It's not going snotty or gunky, so you know, that's a good sign there. Next one now, after just cleaning my paintbrush, is X20A just here. And we're just going to put a bit of that in there, and yep, do you know what, that one's seeming quite just as good as well. You know, no gunking up, no snotty bits. That's gone in there quite nicely. And then the final one is extra acrylic thinners. Just clean my paintbrush again off camera, mixing that in, and that seems also nice and fine. Not really seeing any issues with that. Now obviously, you know, spraying it is a different story, but I just wanted to quickly show you that, you know, it's not snotting up all horrible and all those kind of things. So it looks like they've got a good chance of being sprayed out, and I don't see any reason why they won't after kind of doing that, because really the main problem when it comes to spraying is you have this little reaction where it all just starts to snot up and go all horrible. So they seem quite fine. So final conclusion of this paint range. Well, it looks like they have a lot of paints, right? You know, 382 is a lot. The Russian side of it sounds really good with the whole, you know, nice colour matching, and it would be interesting to have a look at their RLM range and their UK stuff and the US stuff and see how good that matches up as well. The price is good depending where you are in the world. But even then, I mean, if you buy a lot, the postage and packaging maybe isn't so bad. But if you're buying 1 or 2 pots, the postage and packaging is going to really sort of, you know, kill this. So, and not only that, I mean, it doesn't smell that bad either. I mean, it's almost odorless, really. You know, and I have been spraying with these paints for a bit on one of the models I've been doing, and in all honesty, they do feel like and spray. You know, probably one of the best paints I've sprayed, actually. I mean, it seems, yeah, I mean, it seems to be better than, say, Vallejo, but it doesn't seem to be so kind of fragile as like Tamiya and Vallejo, where, you know, they do spray nice, but you slightly nick it or scratch it, and it just scratches really easy. Whereas these paints, they seem to be quite tough, a bit tough like extra acrylics, but as I say, they do spray a lot nicer. It does seem to kind of dry up a little bit on the needle, but it's a nice quick easy wipe, and you're all good to go again. So I'm definitely going to get more of these. I'm definitely going to be using them, and I do definitely recommend them. Now, as I say, I got these from hobbycolours.com in Greece. I've only used this company once before, but the service did seem rather good if you want to go there to get your Akan range, if you're doing any Russian stuff, which, you know, this paint range, you know, if you're a Russian fan, you love doing Russian aircraft or armour, trust me, these are the paints that you definitely want to be getting.